What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're covering a very popular topic here on this channel. We're talking cheapies, but not just any cheapies. We're talking cheapies that you may not have known are absolute bangers for the summer. Not all of these are the most popular, in-your-face, always in videos type of cheap fragrances, but they are damn good for the money. So I figured we'd shine some light on them. Stay tuned. Starting with one that my buddy Chad from the channel Gentleman's Journey turned me on to. This is Kenneth Mankind Unlimited. So this, just like this orange silicone band going around the bottle would indicate, very orange forward. Watery, woodsy, there's a little touch of greens, but it's very much a very bright citrus aquatic type of fragrance. That does the trick. If you like a great watery orange smell, man, this stuff is really, really good. I was not expecting to like it as much as I actually did when he recommended it to do a collaboration review on his channel. And I'm actually a huge fan of this one. I got it last year around summertime, and I'm pretty eager to put it into my summer rotation this year. It's great for a warm, more so hot, casual day outside when you need something fresh, invigorating, and uplifting. Average to slightly below average performance, like a 4 to 5 hour fragrance and longevity. Nothing crazy here, but smells pretty damn good if you're familiar with the line. For me, it's the best one of the bunch. It's Kenneth Mankind Unlimited. Speaking of watery orange, this one has a little bit more sweetness going on. Bright aldehydes really uplift the scent profile. It is Tous Man Sport. Doesn't get a lot of love. Beautiful bottle. I've always liked their bottles, and blue's my favorite color. Happy accident that I'm wearing a blue hoodie, but this fragrance is fantastic. Another one based around watery aquatic, orange citrus, a little bit of grapefruit in here as well, but the aldehydes here really is that separating factor to this profile. It gives us this fizzy, effervescent, almost like bubbly carbonated feel to the top. Very, very bright, fresh, and uplifting. Another one, kind of average to below average type of performance. 4, 5, maybe 6 hours if you're lucky in longevity. Nothing crazy, but for the money, you can get this one around 20, 25 bucks. It's a pretty damn good fragrance, and you might want to check it out this summer. It's Tous Man Sport. A little bit of minty, fresh green, watery aquatic with some fruits. This one definitely does not get any love. This is Hugo Now in the Hugo Man line. Just like this juice color would indicate, very fresh, light blue type of fragrance. This is some good stuff. I did a review on this one. Oh, has to be close to 2 years or around 2 years at this point. I haven't wore this one in a while myself. When I was looking at fragrances to gather for this topic, it caught my eye. I said, oh yeah. That's one I need to get back in the rotation myself. If nothing else, as a great refresher out the shower, which again, this one kind of falls into a similar category in performance as the ones we spoke on previously. None of these are real monster performers, but the level of freshness you get, especially for the low amount of money you're going to spend, they're great on a super hot summer's day. And Hugo Now is definitely one that falls into that category perfectly. Check it out if you haven't yet. Now, the Intense has always gotten the love. This is kind of forgotten, but orange, rhubarb, and other citruses. There's a little bit of a fresh, spicy type of accord to this one. It's, for what it is, being citrus-based, it's one of the more interesting, affordable citrus-based fragrances out there. This is Lacoste L'homme. They have a few flankers out now, and like I said, the Intense is the one that gets all the love, but I'm here to tell you right here and now, this one is damn good. This one's kind of in that average range, 5 to 6 hours in longevity, but the rhubarb, it gives it that, there's a little bit of a bitter, spiced tone to this one, more so than any sourness, because sometimes rhubarb can give a little bit of a sour feel to it. Not so much the case here. If anything, it changes the way the freshness of the other citruses comes across, adds a little bit of a fresh, spicy accord. There's even kind of a dryness to it in some ways. Like it's kind of a weird dichotomous blend of where it's juicy and fresh, but there's also a dry accord to it at the same time. Kind of weird the way I'm explaining it, but if you get your nose on it, you'd be like, that's what he means. Okay. Like I said, performance is average. You can get this one around 25, 30 bucks. No one talks about this one. You'll probably be the only person wearing it, so it'll definitely separate you. You're gonna smell fan-damn-tastic. The Intense isn't the only good one in this line. It's Lacoste L'homme. Now, I love talking about this one from time to time because it does not get any love. Spicy, very pimento heavy with a juicy pineapple, watery, aquatic. This one actually does have pretty good performance. This one's around 6, 7, 8 hours in longevity, roughly. This is Bentley For Men Azure. You can get this one for around 30 bucks or less. The quality here is decent. It doesn't smell like everything else, even though it has pineapple. No, nothing like Aventus, but very watery, aquatic, juicy fruit, and spicy. Clean and musky. It does the trick. It's good stuff. Underrated. Beautiful fragrance. Dare I say the best smelling fragrance in this video. And I got some good ones here as far as cheapies, but this stuff is probably the most unique of the bunch here, and I would strongly encourage you to check it out. Don't get me wrong, Bentley For Men Silver Lake, kind of their twist on Acqua di Gio Essenza. That's a really good fragrance. That's a great fresh fragrance in this line. But this one, if I had to pick between the two, I'm going with this one. It just screams summertime to me all the more. Check it out if you haven't. Bentley For Men Azure. Now this one pops up at Ross Dress for Less for around 20 bucks for a 4.2 ounce. You can get it for 30 bucks or less from discounters online. People wrote it off as, it's just generic and clean and soapy. Sometimes generic, clean, and soapy works when there's a little bit of something extra. Like the soapiness here is actually a soft, powdery iris note to go with some citruses, some minty, fresh greens. Don't let the internet detour you away from this one. If you can snag it for really cheap, you might fall in love with it. It's Polo Sport Fresh. This is actually a decent fragrance. People get underwhelmed because, you know, when you get a ton of fragrances, when you have large collections, because I mean, when you start getting triple digits, that's a humongous collection. Yeah, you might get underwhelmed by things like this if you're looking for the most unique fragrance. But for somebody looking to smell fantastic for the summer, for $20 to $25, this is really going to do well, especially if you don't mind a nice soft powdery accord, soapy clean, minty, citric. It's actually really good. I'm telling you, average performance to below average. Again, nothing special here. 4 to 5 hours in longevity, as are most of the fragrances in this video, but this doesn't get the kind of love it deserves. I think it's wildly underrated because it does smell really, really good. Not so much like the original Polo Sport. It's kind of interesting that it is a flanker to it. You do get a little bit of the greenery from it, but there's more of a synthetic mint is the green here than anything else. But this is actually quite nice. Soapy clean, powdery, and fresh. I mean, what's not to like about it, especially for the money? It's actually pretty good stuff. Ralph Lauren's Polo Sport Fresh. Now, this is one of the best lemon fragrances I've ever smelled. It's got this fresh white floral appeal, clean musk. I don't even remember the notes. I don't know if that is, you know, in line with the notes, but that's how it smells to me. And it smells like fresh cut lemons when you spray it. It's Happy Chopard's Lemon Dolce. It's actually marketed for the ladies. Who cares? It smells great. I don't find it to be feminine. Super uplifting. Like I said, fresh cut, sharp, juicy lemon smell. Fresh, like freesia-like white floral smell. Again, I don't even know if that's in the notes. Clean and musky. Doesn't have much of a sweetness, but it is airy, fresh, watery, super uplifting. I love rocking this one out the shower. Super hot day, great gym fragrance, and you can get this for around 16 bucks, this 40 ml. 100 ml bottles, you can get around the mid-20s, low $20 price point. This is slept on. This is such a great fragrance. This was a subscriber recommendation. Shout out to Giancarlo Burton if you happen to see this. I love this fragrance. I wear this often ever since he recommended I pick it up. And it's a great option. Happy Chopard's Lemon Dolce. Sour star fruit, creamy coconut. I believe there's lemongrass here. They have this fresh citric green feel. It's a little watery and aquatic. To me, besides St. Bart's, the best Tommy Bahama fragrance, this is Maritime Voyage. I'm a huge fan of this one. I got this one last year. I've only spent one summer with it so far, and I will be spending time with it this summer. 4.2 ounce bottle, a little over 30 bucks. I enjoy the entire line. I have all of the Maritime fragrances, but this one stands taller than the others because it doesn't remind me of specific fragrances. Yes, I say starfruit, but doesn't remind me specifically of Versace Minot Fresh. Yes, a creamy coconut, but it doesn't remind me of Le Beau. Does it have elements of these fragrances? Sure, but it definitely makes its own thing. Love the color scheme of this bottle as well. This kind of sea green gradients. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful scent profile. And for being an eau de cologne concentration, I get pretty good longevity out of this. All of their fragrances are typically eau de colognes, and I get anywhere from 4 to 6 hours in longevity out of all of their scents. This one's no different. I get about 5 hours out of this. Smells really good. It's cheap. You get a lot of it. And it doesn't smell exactly like everything else, but very much a beautiful tropical summer type of fragrance. And that's Tommy Bahama Maritime Voyage. Now this is kind of a twist on Elysium Parfum Cologne. The reason I say twist because they list oud, but it's very much just a dry woody note that's enhanced versus say the leather accord or a lot of vetiver that you would get from Elysium Parfum Cologne. This is from Fomo Parfums. This is a Fraghead's Asylum. Very much does remind me distinctively of Elysium Parfum Cologne. It is what they were going for. But it does have its subtle nuance change, like I said, dry and woodsy, and it doesn't smell like the vetiver dominance of Elysium. So, slight different, but very much the same thing. At the same time, metallic, citrus heavy, a lot of grapefruit. Performance is actually really good on this. It's an extrait de parfum concentration. This one I do get around 7 to 8 hours in longevity out of. It's mega fresh and metallic. If you've ever liked anything that smells like Elysium, this is definitely one of the better options for around $28, $30, $32. I forgot what they're going for these days from Fragrance Buy. This is actually really, really good stuff. I had to include it because for the money, it's pretty hard to beat. Fomo Parfums, a Fraghead's Asylum. Last but not least, so an all-time cheapy hype beast in this online community is Nautica Voyage. Well, this very much reminds me of Nautica Voyage plus cardamom. A nice, fresh, spicy, almost minty spice type of pop. This is from Perry Ellis. This is pure blue. This is good stuff. This is really good stuff. You can get this one for around 25 bucks. The bottle here is actually one of their best. Very thick base glass, frosted blue, rubberized cap, decent atomizer. Great smell. Has that aquatic, fruity aquatic, musky smell of Nautica Voyage with some cardamom. It doesn't make it overly spicy. Like I said, it offers a little bit of this like aromatic, spicy pop with a touch of spice, almost a little bubblegummy type of feel, almost like it's sage and cardamom. This smells really, really good. I stumbled across this one, I want to say at a TJ Maxx when I was still in Colorado, and I was very much impressed by it. This was before I moved last summer, because we moved here to Florida August 1st of last year at the recording of this video. So before summer is when I stumbled across this, and I think for the money, it's probably my favorite Perry Ellis fragrance. And again, it'll remind you of Nautica Voyage. It's very similar to an extremely popular cheap fragrance, but I think it builds upon it well and actually does better for what it's supposed to be. I think you get everything that's good about Nautica Voyage and then some. That added nuance of the cardamom, I think really does the trick, and it's a better bottle presentation overall. Not that that's the most important thing, but hey, it matters at least a little bit, right? Definitely check it out. It's Perry Ellis, pure blue. Well, that's the 10 that I wanted to cover with you today. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback. And I love hearing from you guys. What's some absolute banger cheapies for summer that you're looking to pull out this year? Or something you just got? Or was there anything in this video that maybe piqued your interest? I'll try to have links to everything down in the description if you're interested in checking them out. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these 10 we discussed in this video and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.